Okay, I'm wearing this thing that I showed you in my nail room tour, this neck thing. It should be pretty steady, but my camera's on me, so I can have a wider view and show you guys what's going on. I have some props. I know it's weird, but I just want to show you guys what's going on with my hand, and I'm going to be doing it now instead of doing a voiceover, and showing you what's up, okay? So first thing is, if you set your hand, and just for anyone who's not knowing, I slept on my hand and compressed a nerve, and I have this hand flop going on. So I'm going to show you all about it. I'm going to tell you what my limitations are, what I've gained, what I've lost, etc. So I just, like I said, have some props here. Let me get this camera straighter. Okay, so if you take your hand and you lay it like this and you lift your fingers up, I cannot do that with this hand. I can't even lay my hand down, okay? It's in this position. I have to manually spread out my fingers, okay? And then just to do this, I can strain as hard as I can. I cannot lift these fingers. I can't just do that. I can't point. I can point, but over there, I can't point that way. So I cannot lift my wrist up. No matter how hard I try, I cannot go like this. Okay, so there's no wrist movement. Well, there's wrist movement. If I turn my arm and let my hand go that way, it will go that way. So if I'm holding something, cool, I can hold it. But if I move in any way in this direction, my hand's going to flop, but I'm not going to drop it, depending on its size. If it's small, I'll drop it. But I actually can't let go of this because I can't open my hands. So this won't come out until I take it out. So if I have a piece of tissue in my hand that I'm trying to throw in the garbage, I can't get it out of my hand unless I shake it out or remove it. So that's like one thing. Oh, this smells so good. It has monomer on it. Okay. I can hold things that I put in my hand. I can pick things up if I have the right angle. Okay. This is easier. This has a child lock. So I can grip this and open it with this hand because it's really simple. If I have a bottle of medicine that I need to do, my grip is not strong enough to hold it here to do that. I certainly can't do it with this. Like, this is very hard. Opening a bottle of water is hard. Spraying something, like compressing my fingers. So if you do this, if you pick up a spray bottle right now, you'll realize that, like, I can't hold this. If I let go of it with this hand, if I let my left hand go, it's going to immediately, like, I didn't do that. That's what my hand is doing. So to spray this, I have to balance it here, then press it here. But just holding it, no, it's going to fall. Now, if I rest it here, okay, so that's what's going on. There's control. My fingers work going this way. They do not work anything I need to do this way. Something like this, just a jar of face cream. And I have this here for an example. I have nails on this hand, so to get lotion out of here, I have to very carefully just tap in there. I can't go like this. I can't do that. I have to, like, aim and dab it and then pretend this is your face. Now I have the cream on my hand. If I go to put it on my face, I can't wash my face because my hands are curling at every opportunity. Like, pretend that I'm trying to put this lotion on my face. I'm trying to get in there. It's here. I can wipe it on my face, but then I can't go like this and rub it in because this hand is not cooperating. It's flopping around. I can't get to this part of my hand because I can't open my fingers. I can't do that. So whatever's in the palm of my hand, like lotion, soap, it's been very hard to shower. So that's those props.
This brace, because it holds my wrist stiff.
So since this holds my wrist stiff, I still cannot move my hand that way, but I don't have so much of the flop going on. So I have more control of this. There's numbness. This is also from this knuckle all the way to here is numb and tingly on this hand. The top of my wrist is numb. I have to make some sample nails for the set I'm wearing for the design, so I thought I would just show you. I am showing you in the video that's ahead of this. I want to just briefly put this intro in here so you guys can see what's going on, because in the video, today's video, I do have it sped up twice. It's application only. The application took me 3.5 hours. Not this set. This set took me 3.5 hours to do just the application. Normally, solid application like this would take me 15 to 20 minutes. The decorating also took me like 3 hours. Decorating? Decorating took me about 3 hours. I did this away from my desk outside. It took me a very long time. Another thing is, I'll show you in a second, but this precise work was very difficult. Again, I'm not going to stop trying. I am starting physical therapy. I'm getting an MRI. I will get answers. It's a compressed nerve, not a stroke. FYI, I've already been to the doctor. So I'm going to show you in more real time some of the application because, like I said, I need to make a couple sample nails, so I thought I would show you and explain as I go. I will put in the title, I'll put some, how cool is this that it's yellow underneath? Oh, I think that's so cool. It was an accident, but I like it. Anyway, I'll put in the caption, I'll put a caption that says, if you don't want to watch this, forward to blank to get to the nails. So the video is just application, and I think a little bit of top coat, and then the final pictures. And then I have some other videos for you guys coming. 2 more sets of nails. One, I can't even remember it by now. Oh, it was multiple different colors of pink with some 3D flowers. And then this set that I haven't done yet, but it's going to be like marble and I don't know what yet. Anyway, oh yeah, I have these marble inks out for it. Anyway, but I need to do some sample nails because these inks, you know, they stain. So before I put it on these bright yellow nails, I want to do some samples to decide how I'm going to do the design before I kind of put it on here. So to do that, I need to make some swatches, which is what I was going to do with you guys here in a second, to show you the limitations. Now, again, in the video that's this video, I show you the application in double time because you don't want to sit there through and like it's so slow. In the very beginning, I show you how slow it is, and I'm going to show you how I'm working now.
And why does it do that? Why does it fucking do that? I'm hot. Okay, fuck you.
At the very beginning, I show you what my application is normally, like on the first speed, and then I speed it up. And then like in the middle of the video, there's a couple of times where my hand like flopped or did some of the things that are giving me troubles that I slowed it down and showed you, like, here's what I'm dealing with type thing. But for the most part, when I have this brace on, if you can imagine, okay, so if you can imagine, since this makes this still, then I can't do any of the things. For example, if you are doing, here's how I would hold my acrylic brush before, with my hands way back here, and be able to, you know, hold it like a pin. Now I have to hold it like a 2-year-old holds a spoon in my fist. My fine motor skills aren't being used because I'm using this part of my hand, number one. Number two, since this is stiff, my guidance is coming from my elbow, if that makes sense. So every movement that I do, so for example, I'm doing application right here on the cuticle, okay? And I'm able to kind of manhandle that bead down, which has completely changed because I need to do it much slower, so I have to change my bead consistency. Well, when I get to this part of the nail, now my hand is like curled in trying to reach that, and I'm at the wrong angle. I cannot turn this brush. If I do, I have to turn my whole hand. I can't turn it like this. If I do, I'm going to drop it or whatever. So there's none of this quick movement, which you see me doing this right here, but it's not like that when I'm applying. So the motion is coming from my elbow. So I have to scoot all the way across the desk, basically bring my whole arm to where I'm going. So that's causing problems as well, although this helps a lot, okay? But it also limits me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do some application and show you guys that.
Yeah, let's do it. As you can see,
I did these nails and I filed them. That's another thing, is the e-file has not been a problem, but I have to hold it like this. So when I'm e-filing, I am holding my bit like this and my hand like this and just being very careful. Filing has been same thing, fisting it and using most of the motion with this hand. That's how I've been doing things as far as filing goes. Here's another thing that's funny, is some days the hand is different each day. So, or each hour even. Right now, and there's not any pain because it's numb, but I do get soreness. I do get a little bit sore, like in my arm, up my shoulder area from using muscles I'm not used to using. You know how when that happens when you use muscles you're not used to using? That's been going on. As well as it just, because it's numb, sometimes some feeling comes back to it, and that's when I start feeling some sharp pain in there, okay? So I want to pick this brush up and go like this and hold it like a pin where I normally would. And I can, today, right now, I can do this. If I take this brush and put it in the powder, I might lose control of this. This might flop. And I might jam this into there. So anytime I'm trying to be more finely tuned is when I start shaking and everything. So what I've learned is easier for me is to rest my brush on the side of the jar and guide this in. That helps me not be so shaky with it, okay? Now, right away, I would have turned my brush like this and started working. I cannot do that with this hand. I have to use this hand to turn the brush the way you just saw me doing that. So if I'm trying to work quickly or smoothly, there's no way for me to turn the brush like that. So in the video that's coming up, you do see me just dropping the brush, sometimes voluntarily, sometimes involuntarily. Another thing that's happening is my brush, I've been going through a lot of brushes. They're getting really dirty because I'm having to do way more smoothing and wiping down the nail than I normally would do padding. So my application, I've had to adjust that, which has been getting my brush dirty, and I'll show you why. Right now, just from smoothing that, you see the acrylic in my brush here. Before I realized that was happening and I wasn't rinsing it out really good in between, which has been making my monomer dirty. Yeah, so I've had to change quite a bit of things, but I'm adjusting. And again, I will be going to physical therapy. I will be getting an MRI. Physical therapy called me today, and they let me know that see how I had to just do that with my hand? They let me know that the clinic that I was referred to is much far. They have a closer clinic here to my house. So did I want to be referred there? And I said yes. This application does not have to be nice or perfect or anything because I'm just doing some samples. But do you see this? How I'm having to use my whole arm. I'm moving my whole arm to do this motion instead of just my hand. brush, filthy. Monomer, filthy. See all the yellow? See all the acrylic in there? That never happens to Jen, okay? Any of you that are haters, which I know I don't have any haters here, so I'm just joking. But yeah, I've been knocked down a few pegs, that's for sure. Not that I ever felt like I was above. And I've been going through that mentally, like, gosh, Jen, like, what did you do to someone? I try to be super kind and thoughtful and giving, and I'm really free with my time and my advice and everything I've learned. And you know, I try to be a good person, and I know that none of this is like, that's what you deserve, Jen, or anything weird, but yeah, it has gone through my mind. Like, why? Like, what did I ever do that this has been taken from me? Like, what I love. And, you know, it's my fault. I shouldn't have slept on my hand, but yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So today, it appears today, the application's going pretty good. Those green nails, that was holding my breath. That was hours and hours and hours of not going well. Also, for recording, you guys don't want to see this. Like, so I also have to make sure that I'm in frame, and what my hand can manage is something you guys would even be able to view without, you know, the certain angles I have to be at are even visible, or you know what I mean, if I'm even in frame, etc. Looks like I need to buy some more of this. Normally I would be doing up this hand, so I've already gotten kind of used to picking things up with my other hand and being a little, also, as you see, my monomer's dirty. It never is, but it is today. Don't care. These are just swatches that I'm going to be doing testing on, which I won't keep you guys for that. I won't bore you with that. That'll be in the next video. But okay, here's an example. I just wanted to go into this acrylic, and I'm just going to, my brush is going to do that and that. See? This has happened more than once already. Now, that was an accident. I was just trying to show you. But yeah, see? This is the kind of mess that has been happening when I've been trying to do acrylic. Look at that. That infuriates me. Yeah, that was an accident. I wasn't trying to show you that. I was just trying to show you that sometimes I've got to rest it on the side and then guide it in. Even with my left hand, I've been able to keep my bead, like my liquid to powder ratio is still pretty good. But like right now, I've got to move my brush like this, and I cannot do that in one smooth motion. So until my hand realizes that, my brain realizes and gets in the muscle memory of automatically grabbing the brush with my other hand, I will struggle that few seconds to do that, which makes your bead dry, etc. If this ever happens to you, by the way, what you do is just move your acrylic out of the way and let that dry. Once it's dry, it's just going to be a lump in there. The more you pick at it and dig at it and everything, the more monomer you're going to get in there, the bigger mess you're going to make. Also, do you see my messy table towels? Like, yeah. So I've not been knocked down all the way to beginner status, but pretty close. I mean, I definitely, with everything I've just shown you, can't do a Frenchie. The transfer foils and little blings and stuff that I put on that green set that I just showed you was, like I said, tedious. Hours and hours and hours worth of work. But yeah, if I think of some more things to show you guys, I will show you in another video. I will show you real quick how this goes without the brace, because that's what I'm getting ready to do right now. Like I said, hour by hour, it changes. Sometimes, I've got to clean this brush right now, though. Sometimes the hand is not cooperating at all, and it's very stiff. Like sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and my fingers will be curled, and I've got to uncurl them, and they're stiff, and I've got to use a heating. See, I didn't even feel this was there. I've got to use heat. Heat helps a lot. So I sleep every night with a heating pad on it.
But to loosen up the
To loosen up the stiffness. And some days it just feels better. And not even, like just now, I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to do this and my hand's like jamming it in there. Also, another thing that's going on that I kind of didn't describe, but pretend like this is my computer mouse and I want to put my hand here. It looks like I could operate the mouse, right? No, because as soon as I try to lift this finger up, which, look at that, I can kind of do it today. Yesterday I couldn't even point. I couldn't do that. But to do that makes this part of my hand push so hard on this that the mouse like won't even move. Like it feels like someone else is slamming my hand down, if that makes sense. In some days it's really bad. Today I'm able to move around just a little bit better. So yeah, application's going pretty well with this particular evening. Cuticle beads have been very, very hard for me, as you will see in this video. So because these do not need to be perfect in any way at all whatsoever, I'm going to stop here and just call it a day with this, because I, again, am only trying to get the color base down to try out figure out what marble inks I'm going to use and in what pattern and etc. So I hope that helped. There we go. I hope that helped explain things. It feels really, really good to go like this. Oh, to bend my wrist backwards, because all day it's like this. Yeah, you guys, I thought I had a stroke, especially with the blood clots and other things. And you see how much of the top of my hand you guys are seeing. So that's another thing that's been hard to record, like I mentioned earlier, is just because keeping what I'm doing aesthetically pleasing to you guys and keeping what I'm doing in view instead of the top of my hand, you know? All right, so on to the video. Thank you guys for listening, and I will keep you updated, okay? Love you.
Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. How is everyone today? Hope you guys are good. If you watched the first half of this video, you'll know that I'm having some issues with my right hand. So initially I was trying to let's just do application on a practice hand with my left hand. So I have the hand and monomer and acrylic all at the wrong angle, in the wrong spot, because I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't used to this yet. It was just my first try, and trust me, I speed this up after this bead to double time so you don't have to watch this torture. And I do figure it out as I go, and second or third nail gets pretty good, but I did have to remove a couple of these nails and just start over. I mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you watched that half, that this was a 3-hour ordeal, the application. As of now, I'm going to have it sped up until I come to little parts where I stumble and think it might be like a good example to show you the kind of things that my hand has been doing. If you don't know what I'm talking about with my hand, just watch the beginning of the video. So sometimes I am able to use my right hand, a combination of both, of swapping the brush back and forth between hands to see what's comfortable. Also, you see how I'm using my right hand to apply the acrylic, and I'm holding the practice hand's finger with my left hand. That's how you apply acrylic, you know, to a client or whatever. And so that's muscle memory. I didn't realize till watching this back why it was so awkward for me to use my left hand to do the applications, because whenever I was using my left hand, like here, number one, the acrylic's not in the right spot, but I wasn't holding the practice hand with my right hand. So if I were left-handed, I would be doing exactly the same thing as I just showed while I was using my right hand. In other words, doing the application with my left hand and holding the client or the practice hand with my right hand. But for whatever reason, I wasn't doing that or didn't think of it. It didn't occur to me. I think later on it does in the video. I'm not positive. For the most part, my bead consistency is still the same. I struggled a whole lot in the cuticle area. I kept that in. I didn't keep in like removing and starting over, but you'll be able to tell, I'm sure, which ones I had to discard or fix. I just didn't want the video to be really, really long. And it was only like 26 minutes, and I thought, okay, just as the intro of this video, I'm going to put in short, like 3 to 5 minute explanation of what's going on with my hand, add that to the beginning of the video, and let's go, because I've mentioned it. Of course, I've been talking about it. And to answer questions and be helpful, I finally figured out to put the acrylic over there, but still not to hold it with my right hand. But I thought it was probably easier to just show and break down, and I did let you guys know that I also, for my props at the beginning of the video, I had out a pair of scissors to show you guys that using scissors is very difficult. I didn't realize how many times a day I actually use scissors. It was very odd, actually. But I can't spread my fingers open to make the scissors open. So it's just very awkward. Putting my hair up in a ponytail, almost impossible, because of the way you have to spread your fingers open and, like slip after you put the initial band around your hair, and then you twist it so you have that little twist, and you slip your fingers through the hole you just made, the circle you just made, and pull your hair through that. Well, that twisting, pushing through, and pulling through motion is extremely difficult, because when you're doing a ponytail, you are swapping hands, right? One side of you're using your left hand, and then you swap to your right hand. I mean, just try to do that, and you'll realize how much wrist movement you're using to do simple tasks. Tying shoes. Yeah, it's been a lot. There's been a lot of improvement. Here, I finally figured out, oh, let's hold the finger. And I don't know why I didn't stop here. This cuticle bead was kind of okay. I'm missing acrylic on the top right, but this becomes a little bit disastrous. I believe this might be one of the ones. It was on all of them. I was holding my breath. I'm not going to stop. Another thing is I am okay at applying acrylic with my left hand when doing my right hand. I've done acrylic application and nails on my right hand hundreds of times. Can't even count, because when I was wearing nails all the time, like not pop-off sets, when I was wearing permanent sets of nails and keeping them on, like why didn't I leave the nail just like this? That wasn't good enough. I had to keep going, and it turns into a disaster. Anyway, the more practice you have, the better you get. Do you see how I can't get pick up that bead? How my brush just went all wonky to the left and wiggled in there? That's what I was trying to describe to you in the beginning of the video, where I showed you it's easier if I rest my brush on the side of the jar. Anyway, so I've thought of that. I've thought of, okay, since using your left hand to apply acrylic on a practice hand seems to be even more hard and awkward than it does to use your right hand to apply a pop-off set on your left hand, because after this set, I have successfully done 2 sets of nails. This was just so frustrating. On my left hand with my right hand, pop-off sets. They were hard, but not as hard as this. Here's an example of what my hand's doing. Like, I can't lay it down. I did show you this in the beginning of the video, but if you didn't see that, I left that in for you. Here's how it looks. This is Dragon Slayer. After you get top coat on, this has a really pretty gold shimmer. This is one of the NOTPOLISH's new greens from their Essentials collection. I think it's called Young Money, but I do show it afterwards. It's such beautiful green. I've never, believe it or not, done any sets that you've seen 100 times where you use all the same color in the set, solid application, but you start with a lighter color on the thumb and work your way up to a darker color on the pinky, or reverse, darker on the thumb and lighter to the pinky, but you know what I mean, graduating the colors. So anyway, I definitely thought, let's put some nails pop-off set on my right hand with my left hand like I've done multiple times, and that is how we can get used to, how I can get used to using my left hand. I mean, that's obviously what I need to do for now. That's what I was thinking. But then I thought, well, what about filing and e-filing? Okay, well, you've done that before too, Jen, and you're not bad at it. Just do it. And then I thought, well, after I did this, I thought, all of that, the way I was kind of able to use my right hand after I got used to, like, my limitations and, like, what I can and can't do, what type of beads to pick up. Like, here we go. See this? That was the perfect bead because what I need to do is work with wetter beads so that I can just blend them down because I don't have the dexterity to pat in place and really work like a meatier bead of my usual consistency down the nail because it starts drying because I'm slower, you see. But this turned out to be just torture. Also, with this this practice hand, you see how this nail is on top of another nail? So basically with this Vita Bella hand, you have what's called the working nail, which is the nail I'm applying the acrylic to. And then you have the natural nail, which is the fake natural nail bed that you have glued the tip to or taped the tip to. You can't let acrylic get under there where it just was, or it will seal the two together and you're not getting these nails off. You're going to damage your hand. So I was really urgently trying to make sure that didn't dry under there. That's what that was about. So anyway, I discovered that I can kind of use my right hand pretty good doing nails on my left hand. I did get marginally faster on the last two sets. And like I said in the beginning of this video, in case you didn't watch it, it depends on not even the day, but the hour. It depends on how my hand is feeling. If it's loosey-goosey and the wrist is just flopping all over the place, or if I have more control, or if the hand brace is helping, it just depends. It just depends. So I still may do some nails on my right hand, and I also already told you in the beginning of the video that I do have several videos coming up for you guys. I'm posting this one Thursday, and hopefully we'll get another one. Okay, my plan was to still post every Thursday and Sunday, so I made some videos in advance. Sorry that I wasn't here last week, and I didn't post Thursday or Sunday, but I did do a community post. If you guys didn't see or notice, I did let you guys know. I just basically needed a break. I needed some time to figure this all out, get it together, and I wanted you to watch my brush here. That's why I put that in there, because I know I'll be blabbing and skip over the part that I slowed down. So let's see what it's going to do. I think it's when I try to put it in the jar that it's just, yeah. See that? That was not, and I replayed it. That's not, I'm not doing that on purpose. So even though my brush was rested on the side of my jar at that last try, it just, so this day my hand was not cooperating very well. It wasn't working very well. I also had not bought the brace yet until I stopped this video, walked away, and came back like the next day. Then you will see me wearing the brace and things get a little smoother. When I rest my brush on the jar right here, this helps, which I already explained earlier, but I made this video before that one, so I was just showing you. So yeah, it's been not that bad to use my right hand to apply on my left hand, so I've been doing that. Oh, gosh, I have so much to say, but then also nothing to say at all. Yeah, Young Money was the name of this color. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. I don't remember why I took that nail off. I can't explain it to you. This brush is stunning. This is a size 8. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it now. Same as my 3D brush, which I love. JC Beauty Concepts. Thank you, Tabs, for letting me know these were in stock. A really gorgeous brush. I think I showed it in another video. Anyway, so I do have good news on the good front. Oh, that's what I was letting you guys know. I wanted to stack some videos up so that I could be, get some posted out to you guys. Also, this color is called Molasses, and it has a very beautiful gold shimmer, more so than Dragon Slayer, which is the first index nail. That one is one of my favorite colors because why? Because it like has a gray tone. I love any of the fall colors that are like have a gray mix or tone or base to them. Love it. This Molasses is also another one of my favorites because of when you top coat it, this shimmer. It's very subtle, so not an annoying shimmer, It says brush again. Let me see. I slowed it down here, so something must have happened. Oh, yeah, so that uncontrollable jamming it in the acrylic, this is slowed way down so you can see it, but at normal speed, that was just like a moment of loss of control. Okay, so to talk about some good things. Uh, Number one, my cousin is getting married in Arizona. So there are family members flocking from other parts of the country to make it to Arizona for his wedding. I'm not going because I just can't be with my health and everything else that's going on. Now the hand added to that, be away from home or doctors, and I can't fly, or else I would have already been home to see my grandkids. We, meaning me and Ness, have been trying to encourage possibly my daughter and her boyfriend and the kids moving here because of the economy, what's available house-wise and property-wise, etc. So we did buy another house, which is literally 3 miles down the same road, on the same street as us, 3 miles down the road. Takes less than 5 minutes to get there. 4 acres of land, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, got a smoking deal. We did our final walkthrough this evening. We close tomorrow and get the keys tomorrow, so that is great news. And part of trying to get Anna and Nick and the kids here, we've been telling them the first thing you need to do is just please come visit. Just the two of you. As bad as I want to see those kids, you guys, as bad as my body aches. Raylyn lost her first tooth. She starts her first day of kindergarten. She graduated pre-K, and her little graduation ceremony, that little baby was so proud. And she understood it. She was crying. She just was so proud of herself. And I missed it. Like, that's just absolute torture to me. If I could be on a plane, I would be. And I want to see them so bad. But we wanted Anna and Nick to have some child-free. You see how slowly I have to approach the nail sometimes? Because it's just going to jerk whichever way it wants to. And then sometimes it doesn't give me any problems at all. I'm going to fix it, you guys. I'm going to fix it. Anyway. And I have been doing some research and have heard, I think, a compressed nerve can be fixed. I don't know if it's like surgery, fusion, therapy. I don't know. I don't know what, but I don't know why I had this so slowed down for you. I think because it was displaying the loss of the out of control, like mashing, like to do any fine motor skills. I just have to use the whole. That's why I slowed it down, because I have to keep my hand still and move the practice hand. That's what I was trying to show you. And then smash it. And sometimes I miss. It like goes off to the left. This was very hard. It was a hard day to do application. But yeah. So first step, back to that, is to get Anna and Nick here. Come see Arkansas. Come see if you even like it. End of August, it'll still be summer here. It'll be probably the worst weather you'll experience here. So and you're also experiencing horrific weather right now in the end of August in Arizona. So since I've lived in both places, I can tell you it won't be worse than what you're dealing with there, and you might actually love it, you know. So first step of that is come see it. So all that being said, my mom stays in Massachusetts most of the year to be with my nephew because my sister passed away. So since he lost his mom, she's just been there like the past year to help him, And so my mom hates flying. She won't fly because she's has no immune system, having gone through so much radiation and chemotherapy back in the day when she had cancer, that she has no immune system. So she doesn't want to catch COVID or any colds or anything on an airplane. She just won't get on it, so she drives. She will be 73 this year, and she gets her 357 and puts it in the glove box and will drive cross country. It's a drop of a hat, no problem. She's driven to Alaska, Canada, Mexico. That woman, ain't nothing stopping her. So anyway, she will be driving next week, actually in a few days, starting to drive from Massachusetts to Arizona for the wedding. So she will be stopping here to see our house and to visit us, because last time I saw her was right before we left Arizona, which seems like not that long ago, but actually November will be a year. I mean, it's 10 months now, and I don't go a year without seeing my mommy, even if she's in Mass. She drives to Arizona all the time, back and forth, etc. So I will be getting to see her within the week. And like I said, we just closed on the house. We're getting the keys tomorrow. So first things first, we're getting in there this weekend, ripping up floors. I have to drive to Little Rock and back to go to Costco before Anna and Nick get here, because I did convince them into coming. So they will be here from August 21st through the 28th. So they're coming for a week, just them, no kids. And they're going to have free use of either of our vehicles. They can go explore. They can go do whatever they want. I know they're going to take a trip up to Hot Springs for the day to visit this cathedral Anna's been seeing that she wants to get married at, and see the hot springs. And so one day at least they're just going to take off on their own, which I want them to do. I want them to love and explore this state, etc. The house we're buying, first thing we're doing is updating it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's move-in ready if you wanted to, but it needs some updating. So we're redoing the floors, the cabinets, and the bathrooms, and the countertops. Kitchen, I mean. So all of that happening, this video is coming to an end, is happening in the next week. My mom's coming. We're ripping up the floors in the house and starting getting that ready, and the kids are coming. So I wanted to have some videos stacked for you guys, but just bear with me if I don't post next week, because I'm going to be very busy, and the week after also. So the videos that I do have recorded for you guys, I was thinking, at some point I can sit down and edit and do some voiceovers and get it out to you. So I'm going to be trying to do that. But besides my hand, as you can see, I am getting some nails accomplished. This is filed and shaped, which I did off camera, like I told you. Filing and shaping is actually easier than application, believe it or not. Anyway, that's what's been going on with me. I'm so excited about it. And once we get the house finished, we're either going to rent it out, flip it and sell it, or if Anna and Nick are interested in coming here, we'll have a place for them to land until they save and buy their own place. We don't know what we're doing with the house yet, but it's an investment. As soon as I started cleaning these, I ripped one of the crystals off. This crystal, this big one, this absolutely beautiful one, is a golden shadow from Zule, by the way, and the rest are golden shadow from Bluestreak. All right, you guys, this is the end of the video. I think there's only a couple minutes left. I don't want to talk through the end. Let's see, 43, 3 minutes left. So, you guys, thank you again for all the support in the comments. Kiara, you're so precious. Bringing that up in your video and just saying you'll pray for me. Everybody else who has reached out to me, checked on me, mentioned me in their prayers, their thoughts. Sarah, you've been such an encouragement and a good friend. I just appreciate all of you. And here I'm just showing you how hard it is even to just do top coat. This is why this took so long. This is just real-time top coat. Imagine the decorating that you see here on these nails. It took me hours. I'm obsessed with nails, though. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to figure it out, you guys. I'm going to figure it out. So, thank you to everyone. Again, thank you for everything, all your well wishes, all your thoughts, your thoughtfulness, your kindness, and for being here with me, for waiting for my videos to post, for asking for videos, for saying, I miss your videos, Jen. When are you coming back? And for also saying, take your time. We'll be here when you get back. All of it means the world to me. You guys, I have felt so much love and encouragement from you all that it really, really helps me, because I've had days where it's been I've had not good days. I've had some not good days. Yeah, maybe I don't, won't say anymore. If I counted how many times I said oh my gosh. You guys, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're new here, check out some of my other videos where you might actually get some nail tutorials instead of just like what's going on with me right now. If that's what you're looking for, there's plenty of that on my channel, including clients, removal, tutorials, all that kind of stuff, unboxings, giveaways. Yeah, and maybe when I get through this, I'll have a giveaway for you guys for bearing with me through all of it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for watching. And again, thank you again for all your support. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.